Alright. Starting off this game in the top right. As the teal Protoss, we have... Actually, I have to check. EnjoYME. We have EnjoYME. 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 And he is teal. And that is 2 o'clock. In the bottom left, we have Jumper. That is 7 o'clock. Primary, turn that off. Reset score, ba-boom. Alright, so a little bit of PvP. I haven't seen a lot of Jumper around. Has he even played in Nation Wars yet? I don't think he has. I've seen him some other tours that I didn't end up watching. So he's been around. I just personally haven't seen him in a while. So, alright. It's a PvP on Fighting Spirit. Pretty dang straightforward, and it looks like Jumper's going to be the first one to scout out. Scouting center first? No, not scouting center first. Okay. And EnjoYME Scouts comes out. That one actually will scout out the center first, and then may continue to scout cross. Either way. Wherever it goes from here, looks like it's gonna head down. I don't think the two probes will intersect. Oh, not quite. Not quite. Looks like EnjoYME is gonna go Zealot first, and Jumper is also gonna go Zealot first. Possibly because neither has scouted out their opponent yet. And if you go 2-gate and skip the first Zealot, it can be quite hard to micro properly. EnjoYME couldn't quite block the ramp. It is possible, rather difficult, but possible to block the ramp with just one Zealot. Because you only need to get 3 hits on the probe. You can do that pretty quickly. But no. Jumper will be allowed to scout. On the other side, though, Jumper is he has one Zealot out. In getting the other one out, the second Zealot won't quite be in time to stop the probe, but Jumper will have an opportunity to do a little bit of fancy micro. And ooh, he actually found the sweet spot. That probe does not go up the ramp naturally. Nice. So EnjoYME will be blocked out of the base, where Jumper gets a nice scout off. And because EnjoYME delayed his goons a little bit, as the Cyber Core is done now, the first goon still has a little ways to go. Oh, he catches the Robo. EnjoYME is not even going to wait until the scout dies, instead revealing to Jumper what's going on. That's actually really odd to not delay it a little bit. Going 1-gate Robo. I guess he... Couple options here. One, he doesn't care about the scout, and he feels it doesn't matter. Jumper won't be able to do anything about it. 2, it's a fake, and he's going to cancel and build something else. Or 3, he really thinks Jumper's going to go DTs. I think it's the last one. I think it's the last one. Anyway, we haven't seen what Jumper's going to go for it quite yet in terms of tech. We do see him going for a very fast Nexus. And I guess he's doing that based off of the probe scout. Having seen the gateway, he knows that his opponent won't have an expo of his own and won't be able to produce a terribly big army at the start. So he can be safe taking this expo and taking a nice fat economic lead in the PvP. There's the Robo for Jumper. So it looks like Jumper's going to be countering with, excuse me, with observers of his own. Most likely Reavers too, but certainly observers. Now, obviously, this probe can't get in, but Jumper can use it. But Jumper does want to use it for a couple things. His observer is going to be a little bit late, so he'd like to know when EnjoYME is moving out. Well, he won't find that out. He wants to know when EnjoYME is moving out and when he is taking this expo. Those both would be quite nice things to know. Alright, the robo support is done, and we have a Reaver coming out. He didn't get the shuttle. He went for fast observers as possible, and then after getting the first observer, immediately into the Reaver. So, in terms of pushing out, it's going to be later than it should be, but he'll have the Reaver up for defense. EnjoYME playing this very, very, I almost want to say scared. Like, everything he's doing is a very defensive decision. And on the other side, Jumper is getting his first observer out. Is he also getting the robo support, or is he just going to skip it all together in favor of Speed and Templar? Yet to be seen. Wow. EnjoYME is playing this very defensively. He's getting 2 Reavers before he, getting 2 Reavers before he decides to get a shuttle. So he's not allowed to do anything aggressive at all. Whoops, these 2 goons, did one of them get a kill? Yeah, one of them did get a kill. He saw the observer, was able to pick it off, that's nice. Yeah, so, and really EnjoYME's playing this very defensively, but Jumper went and expanded, so Jumper's just going to slowly creep ahead with this supply count. Alright. Observer going in. Man. Alright, finally have a shuttle, and finally EnjoYME moving out. Eventually EnjoYME had to realize, just using the observer to scout, that he had to make the first move. Jumper is playing defensively too, but he's perfectly okay with playing defensive, because he knows that he got the very greedy expo. But now he's going to have to defend against 2 Reavers, and I'm really surprised that there's no tech from Jumper. I actually don't know where his money is going to right now. He just has pylons. He doesn't even have that. I mean, he has a pretty good goon count, but he's only been producing off of 3 gateways. He can certainly afford more than that. Actually, a lot of his money just went away. Well, I guess we're about to find out. He's going to have a little bit of a hard time defending... not defending, trying to... He's going to have a little bit of a hard time defending. He's going to have a little bit of a hard time trying to pick off these Reavers. It's really just going to come down to the Reavers. So, EnjoYME, just play it safe right now. Just play it safe. And he should be able to do a lot of damage. Although, Jumper... Why didn't I see the robo? I didn't know Jumper had a Reaver out. He doesn't have a shuttle. Coming very late into this, and this Reaver does get sniped. There's still 1 Reaver left for EnjoYME, but there are too many goons out for Jumper. It was a smart move bringing some of them up here, and that's really what's going to help him out. The Reavers were there it is. The Reavers were affected by the fact that... The Reaver effectiveness from EnjoYME was affected by the fact that Jumper didn't have to clump up all the goons. He was able to space them out here and space them out here. So the Reavers did good damage, but not as much damage as they could have. Anyway, that... Yeah. Citadel coming up. So Jumper is now going to get some of that Templar tech. And EnjoYME also doing it. So, actually pretty much the same position we were in immediately before the attack. Although Jumper is going to be trying to expand here. It's a matter of how long is it going to take EnjoYME to realize that that's there. He could shut it down pretty easily with the Reavers if he knew about it. Assuming he makes another shuttle to carry the Reaver. Alright. Alright. So leg speed for EnjoYME, as Zealots are going to become a much more important part of both players' armies. And now getting the Templar Archives. Jumper already has his Templar Archives and is getting speed. We don't have any DTs yet. Not quite DTs yet, not quite Storm yet. One of those has to be coming up pretty soon. I would really not be surprised at all if Jumper tried to sneak a DT into EnjoYME's base. And it's not as if he has a permanent observer standing by here. He might just be able to sneak one in if he picks his timing right. For when he wants to move. Producing a lot of Zealots now. Excuse me. Trying to equalize the numbers of Dragoons to Zealots. You do want a roughly 50-50 ratio. A Jumper's actually going to make some High Templar without... Make some High Templar without Storm, so he is just going to use them for an Archon right now. Alright. Wow. It has been a while since I have seen a PvP so passive from these two players. It's actually mind-blowing. Actually mind-blowing. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Jumper's moving out. He does not have Zealots with speed. Interesting. He really needs that extra Archon, though. The Reavers can be good, but the Dragoons are not good, and if he had an extra Archon, it would be really nice for taking out some of the Zealots. Alright. Alright. EnjoYME's army is a little bit spread out, but that's not a terribly big concern. It's more important that Storm's done for the start of this battle, which I think he has it done. I'm pretty sure he was researching it. Jumper won't have Storm, so... Comes down to Reavers versus Storms, and these armies are going to be big enough that the Storms should do massive amounts of damage. Alright. I like this idea. We're going to feel out the opponent with the Reavers and draw a lot of the Zealots in. That's 5 Zealots down immediately. There is ADT in here. I don't see... Ooh, yeah, massive Storms. I do not see an Observer for Jumper. That could be a huge problem right here. Jumper actually... surprisingly, had a few more Zealots than I thought he did. I thought he only had 4 or 5, but it looks like he had a little bit more than that. And doing good damage, providing space. There's a DT in here. Oh, the DT accidentally dies to the Reaver splash. And now, EnjoYME's just going to come and kill this, because the Storms are too good. Storms are so much better than Reavers, in that situation especially, but once it gets to a later part in the game... we do have this Reaver constantly running back. It's going to try to live! The Zealots are helping it live! Oh, no, but died. Alright, he does take out the 2 Archons, though. And 1 Zealot with 11 HP. I thought that was 1 HP for a second, but no. 1 Zealot with 11 HP. And the supplies are completely even. So, Jumper has lost his minor... You got a minor lead from expanding first, and then expanding a little bit faster over here, and now we're on even footing after that attack. We do have 1 upgrade done for Jumper. And 2 more are on the way. Over on EnjoyMe's side, that's just going to be +1. So Jumper, assuming that this was started immediately after his +1 finish, Jumper just missed out on using +1 in that attack. So it was a 0-0 fight for the majority of it. That would have been a little bit helpful. Would have been a little bit helpful if he had had that +1. And wow, Jumper's going to go for an attack now? I think he needs a little bit more time to rebuild his forces. But no, he's also expanding. Investing a lot of money into cannons for the expansion. Okay, if you attack, it's a good time to expand because the opponent's distracted. But if you're going to build this many cannons anyway, then don't bother attacking, because you're already kind of defended and you could use a lot of these storms to help with the defense. I think this is a risky move from Jumper right now. Jumper has his units very fanned out, but he does eventually find EnjoyMe's army. Alright. Alright. So, EnjoyMe is also taking a base. Interesting. Putting some cannons up to defend the top of the cliff. Help out a Jumper attacks in that direction, so that EnjoyMe can take his 4th base. The players are actually expanding towards each other, meaning that this top left corner of the map is going to be relatively uninhabited. Oh, EnjoyMe is actually taking it now. Oh. Well, there's Jumper's DT. He does now have one of those. Alright. So, Jumper has a lot of High Templar. And High Templar are really nice to have, obviously. The Storm does a lot of good damage. Jumper has a little bit of an oversaturation of High Templar. What it means is that it's a little bit of extra gas that's not invested into Archons. It means that he's going to be a little bit weaker in the initial engagement. But if it comes into a situation where both players are just constantly hitting each other, and there needs to be an immediate second engagement, he'll still have Storm left over. He can't possibly burn through 15 Storms. I think that's how many Storms he's going to have in those Templar. He just can't do it in one engagement. So we'll have some extra ones, and that can be kind of nice. First Storm's going down. It looks like EnjoyMe is getting the better end of these Storms. At least in the beginning. Jumper whiffing on a couple of them, but now, there we go. Those are 2 much nicer Storms. And Jumper just had a much bigger army to begin with, and wow. Really? That was anticlimactic. Alright. Game 1 goes to Jumper. To be perfectly honest, that game right there pretty much sums up my feelings on SC2. SC2 is that game over and over and over again. In every matchup. Alright. So, in the top right position, we have Jumper. He is the red Protoss. Whoops. I just totally realized that last game I didn't put the Western Europe tag on EnjoyMe. My bad. Western Europe. Alright. So, in the top right position, as the red Protoss is Jumper. And in the bottom right position, I can't remember if I said top left or top right, but obviously it's top right. And in the bottom right is EnjoyMe as the blue Protoss. There we go. Nope. There we go. I got it. Okay. So, in that game... we saw really 3 engagements the entire game. The first 2 engagements, the defender used a defender's advantage and won. Part 1 was Jumper using a better arc to beat back EnjoYME and neutralize the effectiveness of his Reavers. In Game 2, EnjoYME used the bottleneck that was the bridge to clump up Jumper's units and storm the crap out of them. The third engagement, Jumper just steamrolled EnjoYME because EnjoYME didn't have all of his units in a central location, and Jumper had a slightly larger army. The direction that EnjoYME came in from, Jumper actually wasn't quite sure which way the probe was coming from because he scouted the center first. So it looks like Jumper is going to be scouting out in the wrong direction. I wonder if he'll realize it and then... Well, really he doesn't know, because that could have been a cross scout. So I think Jumper's going to have to scout out EnjoYME last, which is a bit unfortunate because he's going 2-gate. There is a scout to see that there's a 2-gate, and EnjoYME already has a gas up. He has a gas up and 200 minerals. He's thinking about what he wants to do next. Cybercore. Okay. So he will be going goons against Jumper's 2-gate. Sometimes if you catch it this early, as EnjoYME had... Holy shit, did I get this all back? I did, didn't I? Damn it. Okay. When Jumper scouts EnjoYME as early as he does, and then sees it coming, sometimes players will just not get the Cybercore, and instead get a 2-gate of their own and be able to defend. But Jumper's confident enough in his Dragoon micro and his Zealot micro that he's not going to bother to do that. He's just going to he's going to let his tech keep going and have a tech advantage over his opponent. The next 2 Zealots are out, and they'll be coming on their way. Now, a probe and 3 Zealots versus just 3 Zealots for Jumper. He could easily bring in a probe if he wants to, but he is instead just going to wait for the goon. Should be interesting to see how Jumper engages this. There is no real rampant... Wow. Proxy shield batteries? Proxy shield batteries? EnjoYME doing... Oh, that is not a shield battery. That's not going to be a shield battery. That's a forge. But Jumper scouted it. The probe never died. Alright. So Jumper knows exactly what's going on. He knows that EnjoYME is going to try to cannon rush him. Alright. So, a little bit unfortunate that Jumper has to fight at just that spot. When he fights right in that location, but it does mean that the goons have a mischance. So not quite as bad. And now Jumper's pulling a lot of probes. He does not want to have to deal with this cannon rush that's coming in, but the first cannon's almost done. And Jumper still has a lot of Zealots out. Or, excuse me, EnjoYME... Wow, I cannot get it out. Yeah, EnjoYME still has a bunch of Zealots out. So they can tank up a lot of shots. For some reason I'm convinced Jumper is blue. He's not blue, he is red. And... Alright. So, Jumper is doing a good job microing around the goons. He hasn't lost any of them, and he's at least able to take out the cannons. It did cost him a chunk of probes. Cost him a chunk of probes, and that's a little bit annoying. And I just basically, I'm pretty sure that EnjoYME just threw down his Cybercore. His attack should be done. There are too many goons out now, and EnjoYME is going to have to come in piecemeal at this point. Actually, I don't know why he's bothering to pull probes. He's going to be completely fine. No. He's actually spending the money on extra cannons. Interesting. So, EnjoYME has 2-gate, 2 cannon to defend his base. Jumper can't just go DTs and kill him. But, obviously, Jumper's in a great position with the same gateway count and, well, I guess not in that much of a better position. He did lose some of his probes. So they have similar probe counts, with EnjoyMe having a Forge and Jumper having a Cyber Core. That's an advantage for Jumper, but not that big of one. Alright. A couple cannons going down. The cannons are going to be really helpful for EnjoyMe to make sure that the goons can't just continuously kite. Can't just continuously kite the zealots. Really going to make the goons have to completely commit to an attack. Rogue facility for Jumper. Ooh, man. Jumper. I highlighted this while I was talking about something else, but EnjoyMe is getting a secret expo, and Jumper is looking for it. Jumper is looking for it with 2 Dragoons. He's checking this one, and he's checking this one. He's gonna come back down and check this one, right? Right. There we go. Yep, he found it. Alright, and EnjoyMe can build cannons, but he won't be able to in time. So he has forced to cancel everything. That's quite the setback, actually. He really doesn't have a way to, do anything. I never lived in San Diego. I may have described myself as living near San Diego, because I live halfway between LA and San Diego. It's like an hour away. And I know nobody from Team Liquid in real life. So, yeah. Sorry about that. Anyway. EnjoyMe has a lot. EnjoyMe has a lot of zealots right now. And he's throwing down more gateways. Actually, already got up to Templar Archives. He's going to go for an interesting speed lot attack against Jumper, who is getting observers. It's going to be pure speed lot versus pure goon. That's actually the best EnjoyMe could hope for. To not have to deal with Reavers, to not have to deal with Archons. Man. Now once I get to point out, like, Americans aren't bad at geography. Americans aren't bad at geography. They're, like, about the same at geography as everyone else. Because really, yeah, Europeans know Europe better, but you guys don't know anything about outside of Europe. Napa Valley is nowhere close to LA or San Diego. It's far, far north. It's much closer to San Francisco. Anyway, EnjoyMe's gonna go for the bus attempt. Jumper, he's trying to micro the goons, doing the best he can, but it's pretty hard. Pretty hard versus the speed lots. You can to a certain extent, but is he gonna be able to pick off enough of them? Does he pick off enough of them? I don't know, he's gonna try. Actually, it looked like he was trying to wrap around there for a second, but no. Speed lots are just going in. They're slowly being whittled down. They're being whittled down faster than the good numbers are, but still, there's a lot of them. And they're just gonna keep coming off of 4 gateways. Alright. Alright, so EnjoyMe's coming in. He does have ADT in here, but with 1 observer, son of a bitch. The DT was already there. Too busy looking at this. Fucking counter didn't show up. A DT has 24 probe kills. Alright. Alright. Alright, so that's some pretty good damage from EnjoyMe. That's actually some really good damage from EnjoyMe. He even got all the probes in the main too. Damn, why did that counter not go off? I don't know. I don't know why that counter didn't go off, but the 24 kill DT. I got distracted by freaking Swedish people talking about California. Alright. Alright. EnjoyMe's actually ahead now. And Jumper does have 2 bases, so he can remake the probes faster, but at this point, oh, the DTs are going to block the ramp. Well, kind of block the ramp. Picks off an extra 3. And EnjoyMe, despite the fact that he's going 4-gate off of 1 base, he has a vastly better economy than Jumper at the moment, and he's just going to constantly be able to outproduce him. Oh, that DT. That DT. Alright. Yeah, so Jumper might be able to go for 1 more attack with his goons, but really doesn't matter. The game's over. EnjoyMe's expanding. EnjoyMe can just attack with his ult and win right now. Pretty much. Man, that's pretty brutal. It's pretty brutal. No, it wasn't a DT drop. EnjoyMe doesn't have a robo. It was just a DT walked in to the base. The Dragoons were all out here distracted by the Zealots, and the DT just came in and started hacking away at probes. Jumper didn't notice. I didn't notice. To be fair on saying that I don't know any Swedish cities in your state is not California. California has more people and is bigger than all of Sweden. So the equivalent is saying, do I know of a city in Sweden? And yes, I do know of a city in Sweden. If you want to do it the comparison, I would have to ask you, do you know a city in this Californian county? Although counties are a little bit smaller than your states, so that's not fair either. But anyway, Jumper's putting up a wall because that's kind of all he can do to try to keep the Zealots out. It's obviously not going to be Zealot tight, but you can at least slow them down from coming in. GG. All right. So, that's gonna tie it up 1-1. Moving into game number 3. Alright, in the bottom right. In the bottom right is... sorry. In the bottom right is Jumper. He's the white Protoss. And in the bottom left is the purple Protoss. I need to type his name. EnjoYmE. Western Europe. All right. Use priority. Jumper's 5. EnjoYME is 7. Yeah. I'm saying that I don't know what state is between Gothenburg and Stockholm. I do not. But you didn't either. I'm saying that Americans are not bad at geography. Everyone's bad at geography. Because if you're not from the place, you just don't know. And the Europeans have the advantage of saying, well, I'm from Germany, but I also know a lot about France. You don't know anything about any other country, but it's really like, they're both so small, you might as well just know. It's because I know stuff about states that are near me, and actually the nearest state is still a 5-hour drive. No. Like a 7-hour drive. My point too. Why are you trying to prove my point wrong? I said my point first. I don't know. I actually don't know what his point is. I have said my point. I'm the broadcaster. Everybody has heard my point. Yo. This is an argumentative phrase. You can't say that and not be arguing. Man. Fucking Jumper and EnjoYME. They've ruined this cast for me. Alright. Both players going Cybercore first. No more 2-gate. I do want to say that I really did like EnjoYME's idea in that game. Like, even if he didn't get super lucky with the DTs, or even Jumper was paying attention, like, the idea of going 4-gate with speed lots, it was the right idea from him. It was the only way he could get back into the game. And it worked out really well. So, shoutouts to him for using that build. Alright. Dude. Alright. People are so confused about that's the observer. The DT just ran around the army. Like, Jumper had all of his dragoons that attack. So the observer saw the DT. The observer that was at Jumper's base saw the DT as it was running by it, but he didn't have any goons there because all the goons were attacking. So the DT just got in. It didn't dodge the observer, it dodged the dragoons. And then Jumper was... because Jumper had to put all of his attention. It was right after the start of the fight. So Jumper was putting all of his attention into microing goons against speedlots. And he was not looking at the mini-map for that one little brief moment where the DT was visible under the observer. And that's why he was never going back to his base, and he never noticed that all of his probes were dead. Alright, so Jumper's going Reaver first. Looks like Shuttle, then Observer, then Reaver. So playing it a little bit safe instead of delaying the Observer. On the other side, EnjoYME also getting an Observer out. Does he have a Robo support? I don't see a Robo support from him. There it is. Alright. So, EnjoYME looks like he's just getting his gateway a little bit faster. Alright. Damn it, what's the overlay in the typo? What's the typo in the overlay? Did I spell? Oh. Damn. Wait. Wait. Is that how I had it? Or is it, what was it, OJ? Okay, it was OJ. Whatever. Alright. So, Jumper's Reaver's obviously going to be faster. It's on the way out. EnjoYME still has a little ways to go. And there is too many goons here. I mean, speed's done. I don't think that it can get a shot off on the probes and live. Indeed, it cannot. It is going to die, but oh, that was worth it. That was worth it. Don't make any more. Stop making scarabs. Stop making scarabs. Ah, I can't see. That is a shame, but clearly getting a huge scarab shot off, it was definitely worth sacrificing the Reaver to do that. Now, EnjoYME, he didn't lose any goons. He only lost probes there, so I imagine he would just attack right now. Yeah, he's got to attack right now. He's too far behind Jumper if he doesn't, because that was a third of his economy, pretty much. So he needs to go, he needs to try to make something happen, and Jumper did lose a Reaver, so his army should be a little bit smaller. Why is Jumper moving out? This is a terrible idea from Jumper. Okay. So Jumper does get back. That's good. That's good. And now, EnjoYME's on a little bit of a clock. I mean, Jumper's going to be making stuff out of his 3 gateways consistently. EnjoYME only has 2 gateways, and he might not be able to... yeah, he can afford off of 2 gateways. But he can only afford off of 2 gateways. He is expanded, so he might be able to recover economy. Maybe that's the best way to do this. Instead of trying to bust the ramp, he's just going to finish the Fast Expo. Or the Faster Expo, anyway. Finish the Faster Expo, and then choose to not attack. But to not let Jumper ever move out either. And he'll have a smaller army in a little bit here, but it'll be okay because he has Defender's advantage. But then he completely runs away right as Jumper's coming down to throw away the Defender's advantage. Why? Now it's an even fight almost. A couple of units are getting trapped back here for Jumper, so it's a slight Defender's advantage from EnjoYME, but it doesn't matter because Jumper just had more units. I don't know what EnjoYME was doing. Wow, I am surprised that shuttle got picked off. I guess that shuttle just barely gave enough vision for the Dragoon to see it and get the last shot off. But now Jumper has killed EnjoYME's army. And EnjoYME, he has 2 Reavers. He's going to have 3 Reavers. But it might be enough? It might? No. 2 Reavers in the shuttle is going to be too strong versus that few number of Dragoons. Alright. So, this is going to be the problem. Jumper, yeah, Jumper can just pick off the Reavers like that, and then immediately pick off the Reavers like that, then immediately pick up his own so that he doesn't lose anything. And, well, unless the shuttle just goes away, alright. Okay. Okay, yeah, this is... Ooh, nice one. This is looking pretty much over for EnjoYME. Yeah, EnjoYME had a chance there, but then he fucking moved his units back. If he had just bottlenecked Jumper at the choke, Jumper wouldn't have been able to move down, and he might have been able to do something. Or at least killed off a lot more than he did, but... Pretty much the worst scenario he could have. Pulling back so he doesn't have the advantage, and then still engaging, not pulling all the way back. Alright, so Reaver going in, and nice. Man, there have been, like, every Reaver shot's hitting this game. That is ridiculous. GG, 26 heal Reaver. Hey, we actually get to see how much it was this time. Right before it dies and the game ends. But Jumper goes 2-1 and takes the set, with North America going up 2-1 as well.